They were found, barely clothed in the snow, their tent ripped open from the inside. Two had no eyes, one was missing a tongue, and no one knows why. This is the mystery of the Dyatlov Pass, one of the strangest and most terrifying unsolved cases in history. On a frozen February night in 1959, 9 hikers set out into the Ural Mountains of Russia. They were students, engineers, athletes, young, strong, and determined. Leading them was Igor Dyatlov, a 23-year-old who loved adventure. Among them was Zinaida, the only woman in the group, remembered for her courage and bright spirit. Together, they believed they were ready for the challenge of the mountains, but they never returned. When the hikers missed their deadline to check in, families began to worry. Search parties were organized. For weeks, volunteers and soldiers combed the icy slopes until finally, the first signs were found. The hikers' tent lay half buried in snow, but something was wrong. It had been slashed open from the inside. Their boots, coats, and gear were still neatly arranged inside, as if they had left in a sudden panic. Tracks in the snow led away barefoot, some only in socks, vanishing into the trees. As searchers followed the trail, they began to find bodies. The first 2 hikers were discovered at the edge of the forest, lying beneath a pine tree. They had tried to light a small fire, but it had gone out. Both were barely clothed, their hands raw and burned, perhaps from climbing the tree in desperation. Nearby, 3 more bodies were found, including Igor Dyatlov himself. They had collapsed on their way back toward the tent, as if they had tried to return but never made it. But the strangest discoveries came 2 months later. Deep in a ravine, 4 more hikers were found, and their injuries shocked investigators. 2 had crushed ribs, another a fractured skull, and one of the women was missing her tongue. 2 had no eyes, and yet their bodies showed no signs of struggle on the surface. Theories began to swirl. At first, investigators suggested an avalanche, but there were no signs of one. The slope was shallow, the tent still standing, and the footprints untouched. Another idea was that they panicked, suffering from hypothermia-induced madness. But experienced hikers knew how to survive the cold. Why would they tear open their only shelter and run half-naked into the night? Then came the strangest evidence of all. Several of the bodies contained traces of radiation. Their skin had turned an unnatural orange color. Even their hair appeared darker, almost burned. And on the same night the hikers died, other witnesses reported seeing glowing orbs of light moving across the sky. Could this have been a secret Soviet weapons test gone wrong?
The mystery may never be solved. But what do you think really happened that night? Drop your theory in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe, follow, or share for more chilling mysteries.